It's a blessing. There's no other place I'd rather be. I want to be ready for life. I got it tatted on me before I ever made a play or anything.
Ill intent, violence, physicality, execution, the will to win.
It's not why we working. That's not why we here. And we gonna step up and we gonna show off.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Robinson. With me, as always, my brother from another mother, the incomparable, the almighty, the all-knowing Phil motherfucking Jones. Jones, what's happening?
Yo.
How about you show your face?
Hold on. Are we
Maybe
there?
even cut up the sound just a smidge.
What's up, bro?
What's up, everybody? We got a coach, got a general manager.
There we go. I know.
We're live. John Spytek, Pete Carroll. This is the new regime. You've seen them in the background the last 5 minutes. How are we feeling?
We literally have a competent general manager, and then right then and there, you have a winning head coach. Not just having a competent general manager, we have folks coming from a winning background, a winning pedigree. Folks that are from climbing their way from the top. They had their struggles in the beginning and have had their success all the way through. And that's something that this organization has needed for God knows how many years. Having Spytek as your general manager and what Tampa Bay has been able to do over the years, whew. What's the one thing the Raiders have not done well in the draft over the years, or just in general? Getting a good fucking linebacker. But there's more. We got motherfuckers that want to get a damn quarterback.
Maybe even a couple. We have guys that have done drafting well. We have guys that have brought in free agents. We have guys that created cultures, established cultures, and did a whole lot of winning in the meantime. A lot of these guys are deep. Your general manager started off with the Eagles and Andy Reid there, moved on to the Browns, the Broncos, the Bucks, until ultimately ending up with us. And John Spytek is thought of highly within the football community, and people are expecting great things from him, whether it be immediately and in the long term. John Spytek is a candidate that was highly thought of, highly sought after, and we got him. And what you're seeing through the course of this young offseason is the Raiders organization modernizing itself and stepping to the forefront and cutting edge of what it means to be an NFL organization and run it behind the scenes. Now, are they fully there yet? No, they're not, but they're making moves to get there, and they're doing it the right way. You hired your general manager before your coach. You got your football mind in there to own the team. And all of it is going to be a collaborative effort. They all bring something unique to the table. They've been successful at every level that they've been at, and things are going to turn around and get better for this team very, very quickly.
No, absolutely. But what's even better, we have options this year. You already have a full roster currently going into the season with 54 men. And then now you can go on and kind of have a little spending spree, you know? You're going to have over 100 plus mil for your salary cap. You can go on and always re-sign the guys that you had in-house that did great for you, you know. You get like Trayvon Moore. I mean, you go and re-sign a guy like Robert Spillane. And that was something that her Spytek talk about, keeping good players on your roster. That's something that this team has done over the years, letting good players go. You look at Josh Jacobs. There were folks, I'm going to be real, a lot of you guys were like, we don't need Josh Jacobs, we're fine. we saw how that shit went. We can just keep going and going over the years and seeing that every time the Raiders lose a player, they had success elsewhere where they could have still continued to have this success with us. I'm going to be real here. Robinson, there are some guys in the free agency this year. The Raiders can get. I mean, yeah, we know we're going to have. Yeah, he's going to have to go.
It's a sizable cap hit. He's probably going to end up staying because it's something like $7 million before pre-June 1st cut. So they're probably gonna find a home for him just in case something happens with JPJ, and stash him somewhere. And now that your regime and your coach have changed.
Remember, you got some future contracts. You don't have to stash them. You can go on and you have a center from Clemson that you can work with.
Yeah, but the money that you're gonna owe on him isn't gonna go anywhere either.
Well, let's see. Let's pull it up. I mean, I can pull it up right now. Have no problem doing that shit.
Who the fuck is trading for Andre James, bro? Ask yourself that. Who the fuck is trading for Andre James?
Whew. Jesus.
I ran people for less than that. You're lucky. Nobody's trading for Andre James.
Not even a 7, bro. We ain't even gonna get a 7 for that nigga. I even said it. So next year he is
first one of the day.
Why you do that?
Because
why you do that? Nah, bring his ass back in. Come on.
I can't triple down talking about a 7, Brad. Ain't nobody gonna
Come
trade
on.
for a bag of balls.
Ready for that shit?
Brad.
Come on.
You can get a doormat for a lot cheaper than $7 million. Listen, I'll take the vet minimum to go out there and get pancaked. The vet and be cool. But while you're looking up at that, there were a couple things that I thought about the press conference that I wanted to get to. And one of the things that Spytek said was that they are definitely, he's one of the mindset to continue selecting quarterbacks until they find the one that they want, find the one that works for the franchise. And they are also going to look every possible way to find a quarterback, whether you get a veteran, you draft one, or you rock with AOC. All options are on the table. So we are looking to do what we got to do in order to get the quarterback situation figured out so that will no longer hold back the rest of the team. Pete Carroll has stood at these same crossroads that the Raiders are at many times before. Sometimes it wasn't successful. Most of the times it ended up being successful. Said he was a multi-champion at USC and nearly won 2 Super Bowls back-to-back with the Seahawks. So his other coaches during this hiring cycle have all tried to sell the Raiders on their plan. Pete sold the Raiders on his process. There's a huge difference when you're saying this is what I think will work versus this is what has worked every place I've been in the last 20-something years. The Tijuana Bombers have offered one night in Hong Kong for we crossed an ocean with this one. Damn, player. Hey, if they'll take him, shit, it's all good. What's up, Kev? The lurker. But mindset is going to be critical, and Pete's mindset is really, really one that's conducive to success, maximizing, finding people as they are and getting them to be the best versions of themselves and allowing everybody the opportunity to shine. Hey, you saw that basically with his guy Marshawn screaming at him in the middle of a press conference, and he took it in stride without missing a beat, and in the hallway said he didn't even notice it was him. And Beast Mode had to ask him, bro, who else was gonna yell at you in the middle of a speech? But that's the type of relationship that he encourages with his players, for them to be themselves and them to feel free to be themselves so that they can succeed as only they can succeed.
So
And
here are your two options. Yeah, like you said earlier, you can wait like after June 1st, like heading towards camp, cut them, and what you're saving about about 3 million, but you're going to take a $5.5 million dead cap hit, which is not that bad, but still, nobody wants to take a dead cap hit and have that shit linger around. But you do have a potential out in 2026. So yeah, you probably do end up keeping them on the roster for this year and then just put them on special. Shit. You would get fucked up on special teams too. God dang.
well, the good thing is he doesn't have to hold up long, just about a second and a half to get the
You know what? I
kickoff.
move him back to guard, bro.
I wouldn't.
I honestly move Andre
I
James back to guard to see what happens. Just to see what happens. Just test it out. It's a theory. And there's nothing wrong with testing that shit out. If it does look like, hey, we can probably make something happen and utilize them for this time period, and if it looks good, okay, thumbs up. If it doesn't, hey, banish the motherfucker to the shadow round. That's all you got to do. Hey, like I said, you test a theory, okay? Did not say you start him. You're just testing it. And what I mean by testing it, I mean you test that out during training camp. You test it out during preseason. You don't see what you like, shadow round. That's it. That's all you're doing.
That's all it is. You just got to test it out. And you got to take a long, hard look at Andre James at guard, and then you can come up with this as a response. Although I got to tell you, if you sent my ass to Brazil, I'd probably be a happy man. So that that you're looking out for everybody there, Bob. Good call on that one. The shadow room and got toilet paper.
Hey.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
Pretty
really not
much.
crazy.
Hypotheticals.
That's all it is.
Hypotheticals. Brother, ugh. I feel that way as well.
Oh shit, Chuck Pagano coming out of retirement.
Bro, we're not going there yet, Al's ghost, goddammit. I'm not doing it. It's too early in the show. You need to stop with that shit.
You know what? Bye. I'm walking out of that one.
And suddenly, somebody he sent himself to the shadow realm. That's insane. What we got here? I probably didn't, but it's all good. Wyatt Milliam or Gray Zabel at right guard beside JPJ and Meredith. We will never have to think about Andre James again. And the sooner that's the case, the better we'll all be. Just checking in now. Philosopher's thoughts on the new old direction. Hey, like I just said, Pete Carroll has a process. Everybody else has a plan to do something they've never done before. You've literally gotten the best coach that was available. The knowledge is unmatched. The only person he's right up.
As you can see, my co-host has frozen.
Never. No, it's been mine that's been fucking up lately, to be honest with you.
It's not me. I'm moving in real time.
It feels like your cool uncle showed up to help the family. Hey, listen, bro, I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years.
Y'all gotta stop. He said the cool uncle, bro.
Damn. Oh, look who's back. Who talking shit?
Damn, you done froze again.
No, not quite. But you are.
Yeah, he froze again, ladies and gentlemen. He froze. My God. Wow.
Ecstatic and Brady, I trust. Me too, Pedro. Me too. Yeah, it's always fun when this happens at the same time, isn't it? Always exciting.
That's crazy. Let me see something. I want to see if I can bring this shit over.
It's always how it goes. Said unplug and plug it back in. Gotta love. Where's my super suit? Wi-Fi is the Chiefs fan. It probably is too. One of the things that really did catch me about how Pete values the quarterback position is that he said it is our mission to build this team around the QB position. And it's really about making a great football team around the quarterback, which is the hardest position in football to play. So they need to make it as easy as possible for whoever it is that comes in to be the quarterback. And how they're going to do that is by running the ball, not turning it over, protecting it, and kicking when you're supposed to kick it. Now, it's funny that's funny that he said that, because I don't know if anybody remembers some of those years that Pete cost himself playoff victories because he decided to go for it instead of kicking and ended up losing by 3. He's actually the one that taught me that lesson, to take the points when the points are there to be taken.
Terrible. Right?
You know, said, and I just updated my computer too. That's what's hilarious. That's what's hilarious.
You get to say it wasn't me.
So let's get your final. There's a whole bunch of people in here. Give me your final comments on Pete and John Spytek before we move on and start talking free agents.
Ooh. Let's see.
So Pete Carroll, baby. Yes, sir. That's what it is. Pete's still using Windows 95. Dang. He got mail. Welcome.
Wow.
Spytek 8. So here's a comment that I'll put out there. So which one of you still wanted Liam Cohen to be the head coach of the Raiders? Duval.
No, you gotta say it like this. Duval.
I would run myself for that, but I can't do that. Oh man, the mess that man has made, all for half of his face to be slopping to the left while the other half is still standing up proper on the right.
Funny, bro. He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna cook this man's face."
Hey, listen, bro, it's confused. Looking like Project Pat. So window, some of them up, some of them down.
That shit was saying lean with it, rock with it.
T Mac at 6, Milrow movement. Space Beast, I'm just gonna tell you right now, Jalen Milroe has much work to do with his footwork and his throwing mechanics before he can be successful at QB. Much work.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna
Much
defend him
work.
right now. I'm gonna defend him
Hey,
right
defend
here.
him.
He's going back. If he ends up, he most likely he's gonna end up going back to his old offensive coordinator. Okay, we're just gonna say that right now. The second thing is this shit. We need to just go on and understand that you can get so much out of him as a dual threat. Are you laughing at that?
The old granddad that's hip to modern culture and out there doing TikTok. He knocking down the dance crazes. He got the whole the silhouette. Fucking
Oh my god, bro. Okay. Can I pull that out?
that's hilarious. I think Pete's experience is what this organization and team needs to get good. Then from there we get great. We're going to move a little bit faster than that, and we're going to go from not good to great because Pete doesn't have a lot of time to be chilling around waiting for next year. That's just honest assessment of the time frame at hand.
That's true.
Trade up. That's how you get a quarterback, especially when you look at free agency and your free agent options at quarterback consist of Sam Darnold, Russell Wilson, Cooper Rush, or Jameis Winston. You should take a long hard look at the rest of the free agent quarterback list. Can the what would be comparable would be Case Keenum, Mason Rudolph, Justin Fields, Jarrett Stidham. Who else? You got Andy Dalton's old ass, Joe Flacco's older ass. You're what we really got to understand about the quarterback situation is there's no help coming in free agency. Because your best bet is Sam Darnold, and the day you start putting your hope in Sam Darnold, it's gonna be
My man said,
it's not gonna
help
be good.
is not on the way.
It's not. JD,
What was that song? Yeah.
I haven't seen Stu in a long time.
Oh, I could give him a ring, bro, if he does pick up. I don't know. Stu was calling me on the fucking.
It's not late. It's not late enough to talk to Snoo. It's got to be midnight hours.
Stu called me back. I think he was thinking of you, but he called me like 3:45 in the morning. I was like, what? Oh. He said, we gotta break this down right now. And I'm looking at this tape. I'm like, I'm going to my laptop like, I don't know why I'm doing this shit, but fuck it. I'm just gonna do it. Fuck it.
Hey, because Stu called you at 3:30 in the morning and said we need to go over film. I don't give a fuck about sleep. We doing this shit now.
Oh bullshit, bro. I was like, nah.
Okay.
If Stu wants to go over film, fuck it. We're gonna go over this shit. But
I need the meeting room videos with QBs at the combine, Brady, Spytek, Pete in the room with Cam and Shador as must-see TV. I'd like to see him with just about everybody, to be honest with you. I think that would be outstanding, but you're never going to hear any of the good stuff because that's just not what they do. But to be a fly on the wall, we gonna buy a lemon.
fuck?
Carroll is just a third of the collective. The other 2/3 of Spytek and Brady make this thing interesting. And they can make it interesting. Pete's going to be the one that makes it go. Because say what you want, Spytek can bring in talent. Brady can win on the field. Neither one of them can coach it.
Where did I do with it?
Raider Nation likes Carroll, said we need to pack the stadium. Let's get it crack-a-lacking. Hey, that's what it is.
That's true.
Asking price to trade up depends on where you're trying to get to, who you're trying to trade with, and how bad do you want it. What's good? Yes, sir, outdoors with Raider Tuan. So the draft, so that's where it starts to get interesting because like it or not, depend from what we've seen thus far, the likelihood of quarterback going at 1 and 2 seems to be dropping. And if that is the case, and because it's the beginning of lying season, but it looks as though Tennessee is making moves to work with Will Levis instead of looking to replace him. So that would take you now to Cleveland. I believe that Cleveland will probably meet both Jones and I believe that Cleveland will take a hard run at Sam Darnold. Not saying they'll get it done, but we believe that they will and ultimately work something out. And the draft will begin at pick number 3. And we will most likely get whichever quarterback that the Giants do not select. But in the event that Shador and Cam are selected, Jackson Dart is a very realistic option for Pete Carroll. And his skill set matches up with what it is that Pete likes to do, what it is that Pete has done in the past, and he's a former SC quarterback. I think that with the talent that we have on this team, obviously you'd want to bring in a veteran and start the veteran and develop Jackson Dart and work on his decision making and his consistency. One of the things that Tom Brady appears in the short amount of dealings that we've seen of he values good decision making, elite level decision making the right decision every single time. And Dart's accuracy inconsistencies could coincide with some bad decision making at times.
So you want to know what the new AFC? I got a name for every coach for the AFC West, bro. I just really thought about it,
Talked about it like a week ago. Go ahead. Go ahead.
This motherfucker's like, fuck no. Like, I don't want to do this shit.
Your opinion on Jackson Dart?
Oh, what my opinion is on Jackson Dart? Oh, everybody's drooling over him. Everybody's lusting over him. I mean, he is pretty good. I mean, he has started all 3 seasons. What? Oh my God. Oh, shit, bro. It's too late for this shit, bro.
Jesus.
Come on, man.
Oh wow.
It's too late for that shit, bro.
What rep running backs do you think they might target in the draft and free agency? Quinshawn Judkins, Travion Henderson, Raheem Sanders, Ollie
Yeah,
Gordon,
Scatterbo.
Amarion Hampton, Woody Marks is in there somewhere. If we get Dart, do you think he falls in the second? I think Rams might take him. Well, if we get Dart, he probably won't fall to the second, and the Rams won't get him.
And well, everybody's like I said, everybody's pushing him up.
He's quarterback 3. I mean,
Yeah.
you say whatever you want to. We're looking at it. We're in a rut. You got peaks and valleys, and right now with quarterback play, we're in the valley. There's nothing good in free agency, and the draft pool is limited. He's quarterback 3. He's quarterback 3. So you can play games with your future and not draft him and wait, and somebody else will take him because, like Omar's suggesting here, the Rams don't know if Matthew Stafford is coming back or not. And if he's not coming back, they're gonna need a quarterback, so he won't be available in the second round. The Jets have said they're rocking with. They haven't even said that. Actually, Aaron Glenn refused to answer that question about if he was playing Aaron Rodgers or not.
So yeah, the Raiders are in that odd territory where it's just like you're possibly gonna have to go and trade up and get your guy.
Gonna have to do it.
I mean, it's hope you hope that you don't have to deal with the situation, but it looks like a situation you're going to end up having to go through. Yeah, and everybody's like, well, what about Jackson Dart? You know, we can go in and get him. I mean, he is an option, but again, like you said, you don't know if the Jets might just say, fuck it, we're going to take him. You don't know what's going on through Aaron Rodgers' head. This man may say, I'm done. I went off into the sunset, and now I'm about to go all black in a black area and see. Oh, well, fuck you. I ain't doing this whole Aaron Rodgers speech. We already know what the fuck that motherfucker. He about to go see the boogeyman and get high. All right? We already know that shit.
Just came back from a darkness retreat.
Bro, he actually said he saw something, bro.
Out there, that wasn't shrooms he was fucking with out there in the dark. I can tell you that right now.
Bro, I think I got this shit bookmarked, bro. This nigga said he saw something.
Khalil Mack was asking questions at the introductory presser. Bro, why you gonna do Levi like that, bro? You need to stop. Y'all need to get off that man like that and keep calm. You ain't shit for that. That's funny though. Khalil Mack is going to be a free agent. Obviously, every Raider fan would like to bring him back and pair him with Max, and you have that good old nostalgic feeling. I'd prefer to bring back Matthew Judon and pair him with his former defensive line coach, Rob Leonard, and perhaps that can help him to get Tyree Wilson over the hump to where he needs to be.
That motherfucker sold a hat, man. Shit.
No, they cannot.
No.
Yes, they do. Pause.
Yeah.
So I'll say, and I'll give you my honest assessment of Jalen Milroe. And Jalen Milroe has elite physical talent. The arm is strong, fast, tough, all of that you could want. But when it comes to the finer points of being a quarterback, he's got work to do. and his throwing mechanics need to be revamped, worked on, ironed out, a lot of things, because the bad mechanics is what's generating his inconsistencies. You can see him against with that clip that Dove or somebody put up where he's throwing throwing on air to a receiver running a slant or something short. He's throwing on his front foot. It's an arm throw. It's all out of whack. And I actually held it up to one of my other guys so that they could see it and confirm. Yeah, and this is, again, no rush, no pads on, no helmets, no defense, and he's still all out of sync with his throwing mechanics. I mean, I saw somewhere that people think he could be this year's Anthony Richardson. I still wouldn't cast
I'm
him
not
that
gonna
high.
say Anthony Richardson, bro, because
I didn't say it. Somebody else did. But I wouldn't choose to go there either. How strong are both of us on Sanders? I can't speak for Jones, but in a Pete Carroll offense, he should do very well. Ball control, high completion offense, easy throws, and something that he's never had before, which is a running game and a tight end, the caliber of Brock Bowers, let alone having a good one, period. There's and his decision making and ability to operate from under center is what's going to help elevate his status.
Let's see. That's a one-on-one drill.
You know, I saw that too, and that's what I felt too when I started scrolling down. I was like, oh wow. So everybody wants to talk about Milroe, the running back, because he's fast and he's worked on his physique. A lot of people said that very same thing about Lamar Jackson too, and Lamar Jackson is out there fucking killing it. If he wants to put the work in and goes about his business consistently, he can be great.
Well,
There's
here's
nothing.
the thing. I'm sorry to cut you off. You know they were in pads today, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna say, my guy. He actually sent me something for Jalen Milroe. Just from looking at what he has sent me, I see where he's having this inaccuracy problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's expecting to think that, oh, this guy is going to get his separation like such and such did for me. Nah. And then you're sitting in the pro style system. He's going to have to make that adjustment. Is Jalen Milroe going to be an instant starter? No. Do you let him sit and just try to grasp everything, for like maybe a year or so? I think if you let him sit for a year, I think he will be fine. With Anthony Richardson, you have to look. Anthony Richardson had no business coming out into the draft in the 2023 draft. No business at all. Anthony Richardson should have did another year, or he should have went to the transfer portal. To be honest, since he got drafted by the coach should have had him sit. You had already had a quarterback at that time on the roster. You should have just went with him and just let him sit and just learn. But they rushed him, and to be honest, they might ruin him. I'm gonna be real. They might end up ruining Anthony Richardson. Mm-hmm. He's raw talent that you can try to mold into a good image of, that's the quarterback that I want. But instead, you got this motherfucker running the fucking ball every damn play and shit, and not letting him really develop into a true quarterback. Milroe, I'm going to say this, is better than fucking Anthony Richardson. but he needs
yeah.
to sit. He is a better
Everything.
pocket thrower than Anthony Richardson, but he needs to sit. He's not ready to start this year. That's why I'm like, now him going, if he ends up getting drafted by Cleveland, he's going back to his old offensive coordinator, Tommy Reeves, who his offensive coordinator the year this guy was looking great.
And like I said earlier, Tribe, the physical characteristics are elite. If you can iron out his throwing mechanics and get him to read defenses and run plays past first read, the sky is the limit for him. There's nothing that he won't be able to do. But he, as Jones said, he's going to have to sit, and it's going to take him some time to get there.
But again, you go back to a familiar face who is his offensive coordinator. It might be a different situation, but overall, he's a guy that needs to sit.
Yeah, it'll streamline his process.
Because if it's like, hey, remember how we ran this, and this, and you pick that up, that's a whole different story. And you can try to say, okay, we can go on and go forward and start this guy. It's a tricky, it's a risk, but you might be fine because you're already familiar with what he does. You're already familiar with his ticks. You're already familiar with what his weaknesses are, and you can build around that. Now, you're looking at this whole quarterback situation. Everybody's wondering, like, oh, shit, we did talk about trading up. That might have to happen. Now, everybody's thinking Tennessee's going to take a quarterback. Well, you listen to what Callahan and them were talking about. They're looking at Will Levis working with Jordan Palmer. And I'm going to tell you this, Jordan Palmer working with a lot of these top-tier quarterbacks, he has really changed a lot of these guys' game. Josh Allen was one guy. He worked on Mahomes. I know there's a few things that Mahomes needed to work with. I know everybody's going to say, no, Mahomes is perfect, blah, 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 blah. But there were things with Mahomes' game that he needed to fix. And he did that. And this is why I don't know if he probably sacrificed, gave blood to the referees or some shit like that. But you can go down the list. I can go down the list of guys that have worked with Jordan Palmer, and it's a long list. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Mahomes, Watson, Darnold, Allen, Bo Nix, Stidham, Drew Lock, Trevor Lawrence. There's a few others I can still find. But yeah, I still go back and look at what, if you remember, Jordan Palmer came out of Texas El Paso. He wasn't the best quarterback going out there, into the league. He had already had Carson Palmer, his older brother, and then, he said, fuck it, I'm not going to be able to make it this. He went on and said, fuck, he's like a quarterback coach. He was working with if I remember, he was working with the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his own quarterback consulting program, and I'm going to tell you this shit, it's been very successful. So I'm going to tell you this. You may not have been the best, like the great quarterback and shit in the league, but you have the knowledge and tutelage that you can teach to others. And that's what he's done. And so they're willing to have Levis go with him. And then you also got to look, Levis was in that system for one whole season. So people are saying like, oh, he's trash. You a young quarterback. Really, this is your rookie season in a way as a full-time starter, and you got to learn a whole new fucking system. So again, there's a chance we could get one or the other. You can either get Cam Ward or Shedeur Sanders. Now, I'm not talking crazy. I'm talking actually realistic, because that's what these other teams are looking at. Like, they're not showing their quarterback, but they're like, well, if you're willing to send a guy to get the work with a trainer, that means you haven't given up on him. That means you're looking to go with this guy as your starter this year. You don't just come out and say, "Oh yeah, we're just gonna look to go on and grab a rookie quarterback and then just go on and go forward with that." No, you literally came out and said, "Yeah, we got Will. He's going to be getting training for the next couple months with Jordan Palmer." That means you guys are paying for this shit, and that means you guys really want this shit to work. So that means you do have hope, and you do actually believe in this guy.
I guarantee you that Sanders is not going to drop past 6.
No, he won't drop past 6. He like overall player.
Guaranteed.
He's probably overall player. He's probably about what, number 9 on the list. But if you're looking to drafting a quarterback, he is there for you at 6. To be honest, Cam Ward is going to be there too. Cam Ward probably is sitting at number 3 overall. So, oh my God, come on. Okay, I will explain this shit. They count that as sacks too, you know. Negative 400 rushing yard. Don't look at it. I try to tell motherfuckers, don't look at that shit, bro. Uh-oh.
Take it with a grain of salt. You can't just ignore it. That's a lot of sack yardage, regardless. It's a lot of sack yardage, regardless. Levante David is an old man. That he's on my list of guys that we'll get to. Actually, so since we're here, I'll run through it. So the guys that I have on my list of potential free agents, and this is my list: T. Higgins, Chris Godwin, Matthew Judon, Josh Sweat, Byron Murphy, Bobby Wagner, Dre Greenlaw, Isaiah Simmons, Jedrick Willis, Javon Kinlaw, Willie Gay, Jordan Lewis, Mekhi Becton, Caleb Von Chasten, Jordan Phillips, Cam Akers, Devin White, Nate Hobbs, Trayvon Morig, Bob Spillane.
Hey, I need you. I need you to go in and check the chat, bro.
Oh boy!
Oh shit!
Oh, you just saw the Andy Reid. Oh, wit. Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, that
shit.
chat.
No.
Bro, we trying to be professional here.
I can't even, bro. No, fuck no. Play it.
Oh, then you got to pull it up. You got to pull it up.
Oh.
Can't just sit here and laugh and stop the whole show for something nobody else is gonna see. Pull it up.
Bro, let's see if this shit work. Let me see if I can.
We only have so much money. You got $100-something million. You're gonna have to make it work. Now, everybody's not gonna get top dollar. A lot of these people are much more affordable than you would think. Nate Hobbs is gonna cost you. T. Higgins is going to cost you. Judon should not be cheap, but he won't be crazy expensive either. A lot of these guys are on some prove it deals. Jordan Mason. What about him? Oh, we're here. Oh. You would think that Kuntz won't cost a lot. That doesn't mean that he won't ask for a lot. I absolutely agree with you. Get your running backs in the draft. It's cheap. He's going to get a raise. So he'll be cheaper, but not quite cheap. A resident hater in the house. Hobbs can't stay healthy. So we're going to let him go be great someplace else like everybody else that leaves the Raiders. Bobby Wagner, UFA. Bobby Wagner has started his master's program at Howard University. And Washington had a great year. Will he leave Washington to come be with Pete? It's possible. It would make more sense for him to stay, but it's possible. Did I parole out of timeout? Say something else. You'll be right back.
Don't do it, nephew. Don't do it.
What are we doing? What are we doing with Diablo? Giving him to God. That's what we're doing.
Give him to God, bro. Oh my God. Oh man, that shit was funny as hell, bro.
We keeping Greenlaw, we'd have to get him first. I think he's going to Houston, though, personally.
I think the Raiders might take a shot in trying to sign Devin White. Probably give him like a 2-year deal.
Pair him now. How would Devin White, Robert Spillane, and Bobby Wagner?
I don't think Bobby Wagner's going to come out to Vegas.
God damn it, we're going to throw money at him. He's coming.
That man trying to get his masters.
It's the best players thinking where they're so. You're right. You're right. Said, but ask yourself this question since you've said this. If you are a 73-year-old man and a 5-year rebuild probably isn't in your future, where does that leave you? All right, bruh. Listen, we don't play no favorites around here, pull no punches. You say something crazy, I'll run my mama and my grandmother. It can happen to anybody.
Oh shit!
Do we re-sign Morik? I would hope so.
Absolutely,
it would
yeah.
depends on what he's asking for. There's a decent free safety class, but they have started elevating themselves to the $15-20 million range now. And I'm personally not ready to pay that much for them. That's just me, though.
Really? Well, everybody's been asking, what the fuck was I really laughing at? I'm here to show you guys what the fuck I was actually laughing at because goddamn, that shit was funny as hell. Damn you, Wit.
Oh, boy.
I ain't doing this whole Aaron Rodgers speech. We already know what the fuck that motherfucker. He about to go see the boogeyman and get high. All right, we already know that shit.
Oh, I can't wait for the other side to have a field day with that one. That ought to be a good one. Y'all better have some heat for this one, you fucking bitches. Hey, bring it. Bring it. You better have some goddamn heat for that. That's
Yo,
Yeah, I'm never gonna be able to live that one down.
No, you won't, bro. No, you won't. Oh shit, bro. Like he on fucking speed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to live that one down. So when you went to Disneyland, when you went to Disneyland off a couple rails.
Oh shit.
Hell of a drug.
Bro.
Academy Award. I'm telling you, your boy can play the role. I'll play any of them.
Fuck that. I ain't doing this whole Aaron Rodgers speech. We already know what the fuck that motherfucker. He about to go see the boogeyman and get high. All right, we already know that shit. Oh shit! Oh damn! What you ain't shit for this?
Yeah.
You gotta leave that booger sugar alone, bro. You got in the AB's booger sugar, didn't you? I ain't doing this whole Aaron Rodgers speech. We already know what the fuck that motherfucker. He about to go see the book.
It's a blessing. There's no other place I'd rather be. I want to be ready for life. I got it tatted on me before I ever made a play or anything.
Ill intent, violence, physicality, execution, the will to win.
It's not while we working. That's not why we here. And we gonna step up and we gonna show why.
I ain't doing this whole Aaron Rodgers speech. We already know what the fuck that motherfucker. He about to go see the boogeyman and get high. All right, we already know that shit.
Right.